Hey guys, this is Whyt Manga here with a new video, and in this video we're going to be exploring what My Hero Academia would look like in my art style. To keep things visually pleasing, I'm going to be drawing Todoroki from My Hero Academia in my style, but we're going to be doing it completely using the XP Pen Artist 13.3 drawing display tablet. And so you can also view this video as what I said earlier / review. The good people at XP Pen are sponsoring this video, and so they sent me not only a display tablet to use, but my first display tablet ever. So a quick disclaimer is that, I'm not an expert. This is a review and also first impressions from someone who is not very familiar in the world of tablets and display tablets and digital art so much. I mean, I do digital art, but if you guys are not new to this channel, then you've seen that most of my videos, especially recently, have been traditional work. So this is coming from the perspective of someone who's generally new to display tablets. I mean, I have an iPad and I use Comic Draw, which is great, but when it comes to devices that are specifically made as drawing tablets for that purpose, I'm very new to it. And this channel is not a tech review channel at all, so we're only reviewing this just to show you guys more avenues, other alternatives to, say, a Wacom Cintiq tablet, but also just digital art in general, which is very different from what I've been doing recently. Showing you guys that you can create art several different ways and pushing you guys to explore and find new ways and find what fits and what works for you specifically. Because generally it's not so much about the tool, and it's more about you, the user, finding your sweet spot. I would also like to apologize in advance because I thought I was recording majority of the beginning of this illustration, but apparently I was not. So we're not going to get to see a lot of, at least the beginning part of this Todoroki illustration, but I promise it was all done with the XP Pen Artist 13.3. And I believe the 13.3 is just in reference, an indicator of how the size of the display screen. And so it's not that big, which is, has its pros and cons. One of the pros is that, it's easier to carry along with you wherever you're going. As long as there's an outlet, you can carry a laptop and this device and you're good to go. Now, for those who don't know me, I'm the creator of Apple Black, published and serialized in Saturday AM. You can read the first 4 chapters free on Saturday AM. Links to everything you could possibly need will be in the description, including links to Saturday PM, which is the more mature version of Saturday AM, the digital diverse anthology magazine featuring several comics, including mine, Apple Black. Apple Black Volume 1 and Volume 2 are currently available on Amazon, and I'd like to thank everybody who has gone out there and purchased my books. Coming back to this display tablet, the Artist 13.3 pleased me. Now, to be fair, it's hard for me to compare it to anything else because this is the first display tablet I've ever had, but I think it does a pretty good job of bridging the gap between what I previously used, where I'm not new to tablets. I used to have like a Wacom Bamboo tablet, but using that tablet, I'm drawing on the tablet, but I'm looking at the screen, so there's that disconnect. And usually display tablets are, were created specifically to bridge that gap, and I think this does a pretty good job. Even the feel on the screen it tries its best to mimic what it would feel like on a paper. Like, I don't think it'll ever get to that point. I mean, honestly, I don't know. Technology now is cray up in the streets, but I think it does a really good job of giving a feel, a nice texture when you're using the tablet. The tablet comes in a really slick box with all the tools you could need, the pen holder, a glove so that you don't leave smudges on the screen, all the wires, all that mumbo jumbo to like put it together, and it's really easy to put together, really easy to figure out. But if you can't, there is a very well produced video in a USB, and you can find all the drivers to install and all that good stuff within the USB. But as well, the video, whether you use a PC or a Mac, the video does a good job of guiding you and showing you a walkthrough of how you can get your tablet up and running, which I thought was genius. A lot of people send tablets, or whether it's a display or not, but sometimes the tablets and finding the drivers and making sure you're installing it properly can get really, really tricky. And I think this was really smart to have everything on one USB. It just saves you a lot of trouble. So this wasn't hard to put together at all, for me at least. Obviously, it works very well. It's in perfect condition for me. The illustration I was drawing came out very well. The feel of it came out pretty good. The only thing I can compare it to is me using a Comic Draw with my iPad, and obviously here it's directly connected to my computer, so whatever software I have on my computer is what I use on the tablet, whereas Comic Draw I'm using apps. Comic Draw is an app, so with iPads, whereas iPads I have to use like a Comic Draw app or whatever drawing app available on there. But one of the pros with the iPad is that it's easier on the go, because with a display tablet you need an outlet to plug in, but an iPad, as long as it's charged and your Apple Pencil is charged, is good to go. I only mentioned Comic Draw because I also have some tutorial videos on Comic Draw that I highly recommend you guys check out if you're interested in drawing and creating comics on your iPad on the go. Like I said, setting the display tablet is very easy. The Artist 13.3 allows you to do the things that you would imagine a tablet should allow you to do, where you figure out the orientation, figure out what hand you're using, whether you're left-handed or right-handed. It'll kind of accommodate all of that. You can assign keys to all the buttons, all the basic stuff. Again, the video in the USB guides you pretty professionally, and in a well-produced video guides you through how to install all of this, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. I think I'm grateful that I have this tool. It's a great, cheaper alternative to getting an expensive Wacom Cintiq, which I'm sure are also really good. But again, I'm not the expert on these. I can't really compare it to that and like tell you the pros and the cons. But all I can say is that what I have in front of me is pretty darn good, and I'm pretty pleased with the results. My vibe is the same, or very similar to what it would be when I'm drawing traditionally. So like, I'm in the zone, so I think that's pretty good. Sometimes there is that back and forth going from drawing on the tablet to like going to my keys, because I can't do everything I want to do. And there is still that disconnect. So while this does a good job of bridging the disconnect from drawing on a tablet without a display to drawing with a tablet that has one, it's still very different from drawing on paper. This sometimes feels like my mind has to log off and log back in like real quick every time, because I have to do something else that maybe I'm only comfortable doing with the keys, or something of that nature, where you can't necessarily do every single thing on the display tablet. And maybe that's just me. Maybe I have not figured out something. Again, I'm new to this. All I can say is that overall my experience is pleasant. I think this will come in handy when I'm creating comics, because it offers more options for me creating not just my comics but just art in general. And I find myself coming up with various scenarios to where this can come in handy when I want to create an animation, because I do want to create an animation pretty soon, and so y'all can stay tuned for that. Again, not necessarily a review, but a first impression, and so far so good. Didn't come across any glitches or anything like that. I'm enjoying this Todoroki illustration. Y'all can leave thoughts on My Hero. With My Hero, I've not read the manga, but I believe I'm up to date with the anime, and I think it's pretty good. I've seen some characters from the manga. They look pretty interesting, but obviously they haven't debuted in animation form. So I'm looking forward to that. There's this dude with the beaks, and there's this chick with the teeth. Long story short, enjoying the illustration. I think we're having a good time. Before I leave, I'd just like to thank you guys for 150,000 subscribers on this channel. I know I have been inactive for a little over a month, but I'm back now, and hopefully I will stick around much longer and upload a whole lot more, because I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of videos in line to be uploaded. Now some were supposed to be uploaded last year, but I just wasn't done. My inactivity has to do with school. It has to do with a new series I'm working on, which is still kind of school and kind of not. It's very, very complicated, but I'll go into more detail in the future videos that come along. Apple Black Volume 2 dropped last year. The reception was great. I'd like to thank everyone who purchased it, and anyone who's purchased or supported Apple Black in any way, shape, or form. Same goes for any of my projects, including Saturday AM and PM. As far as XP Pen's Artist 13.3, I highly recommend you guys check it out, especially if you are new to the world of display tablets. I think this is a great alternative to some of the other display tablets that maybe are too expensive. I think it works great, and it's worth checking out to see if it's a good fit for you. If you guys have enjoyed my anime screenshot here that I put together real quick with Todoroki, with the fire and the ice. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like this video. Leave a comment if you have any questions and any questions at all. Please subscribe if you're new. Check out some other videos because I have a bunch of stuff. Don't forget to hit that bell so you stay notified each time I upload absolutely anything. Check out Apple Black Volume 1 and Volume 2 that's newly released. Hey guys, this is Whyt Manga, and I'm out. I hope everybody has a blast in 2018.